Welcome back to another walkthrough. For this walkthrough, we're looking at Excel 9F evaluation. Let's begin. Let's go ahead and download our materials. Let's go ahead and click on our assignment. Download materials. Once again, do not download all files. Click on each file individually. And open up your student Excel file. And make sure you hit Enable Editing. First thing we need to do is we are going to be working with macros in this particular project. Macros are codes or steps that you can record to automate some features of Microsoft Excel. So if you find yourself doing something over and over and over again in Microsoft Excel, you can usually create a macro to do those steps for you. But in order to do that, we do have to have a macro enabled document. So let's come up here to our File tab. Under our File tab, let's hit Save As. And from Save As, where it says Excel Workbook here, let's change this to a Excel Macro Enabled Workbook. And go ahead and hit Save. So now we are saved as a macro enabled workbook. We can now work with macros. So the first thing we want to do is enable our developer tab. So let's go to our File tab here. From our File tab, let's go all the way down here to Options. From Options, let's click on Customize Ribbon. From Customize Ribbon, we want to come over here to this side, and we want to put a check mark next to Developer and hit OK. So now for step number 2, let's go ahead and click on cell G17. So let's come over here to G17 right here. And we want to insert an ActiveX Controls option button in this location. So let's come up here to our Developer tab. Under our Developer tab, let's go ahead and turn on Design Mode. So make sure you put make sure Design Mode is gray. And then in the control group right next to it where it says Insert, hit the down arrow for Insert. And we want to look at the ActiveX controls, and we want the one that says Option button. It's this one right here, looks like the circle. Let's go ahead and click on that. And let's go ahead and click in cell G17. And notice now we have these little dots there. Those dots means it is selected, so we want to hit Properties. So let's come up here to our controls group. Let's hit Properties. Notice that we get this floating box right here that says Properties. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Just kind of click the outer edge and drag over. It wants me to click on the name, so I'm going to come up here where it says Name Option 1 Button 1. I'm going to change this to Q5E. And then where it says caption right here, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the caption. I'm going to backspace that. And then let's go ahead and come down here where it says group name. Let's click on evaluation, and let's delete evaluation and type in question 5. Do not put a space between question and the number 5. So question 5, all one word. We're going to go ahead and change the height property to 9.75. So we're going to change height right here where it says 6 to 9.75. We're going to change the left property to 465. We are going to find where it says top. And we're going to change top to 234.75. We are going to change the width from 6 to 9.75. And where it says special effect, right here, special effect, I'm going to click on special effect. I want to hit the down arrow. And I want to do the flat effect. Right here it says effect flat. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this. So now when I click off of it, Notice now my button is exactly where I want it to be. We want to do that for the next two boxes here. So I'm going to come back up here to my controls group. I'm going to click on Insert. I'm going to go ahead and click on the dot, the open button ActiveX control. I'm going to come here to H17. I'm going to click once. I'm going to come up here and hit Properties. From Properties here, I'm going to hit the name. I'm going to delete open button 1. I'm going to type in Q5F. Make sure Q and F are capitalized. I'm going to go to Caption. I'm going to delete Caption. I'm going to delete the open button 1. Where it says Group Name, I'm going to change Group Name to Question 5. Make sure you do not put a space between question and 5. I am going to change the height to 9.75. I'm going to change left to 519. I'm going to change the top to 234.75. And I am going to change the width to 9.75. And lastly, I want to change the special effect back to the flat option. And I'm going to go ahead and click off. Notice now it is in the right spot. So I need to put one more in under Pour. So I'm going to come back up to my Insert. Back under ActiveX Controls. Click on the dot right here, the open button ActiveX Control. And I'm going to click inside of cell I-17. Notice that I did not close out of my properties. So once I add it in, my properties are right where I want them to be. If not, you can go ahead and click on Properties. But here I'm going to change the name from Open Button 1 again. I'm going to do capital Q5P. I'm going to delete the Open Button caption. Under Group Name, I'm going to label it Question 5 again. Remember, no space. I'm going to change the height to 9.75. I'm going to change the left to 570. I'm going to change top to 234.75. I'm going to change my width to 9.75. And lastly, I want to change it from the sunken effect to the flat effect. I'm done with my property, so I'm going to exit out of it. And I'm going to click off of it. And now look how uniformed it looks. So what these ActiveX controls do is once we turn off design mode, these actually become clickable options, and you can click on these and put little dots in there for whatever your answer would be to these questions. So this is a really good way to create some type of a form or questionnaire in Microsoft Excel. For step number 5, it can fix whatever mistakes you made. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me, and have a wonderful day.